Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I have an incredibly valuable product research video for Amazon FBA. This is a very informative video. Make sure you stick around until the end. But first, of course, make sure you are subscribed with those notifications turned on. Let's get into the video straight away. Alright, welcome everybody. So let's get straight into this video. I want to make sure this is super valuable and actually the most valuable Amazon FBA product research tutorial ever. And the reason being is there's a whole bunch of stuff out there online and it really doesn't talk about the important topics. So I'm going to go through 3 incredibly important things today that you really need to know. So yeah, let's get into it. That's me if you don't know who I am, if you found this by searching on YouTube like, oh, how do I find products to sell on Amazon? That's me, and I really want to explain to you today and show you the importance of finding just that one product, right? That one product that can really make a difference for you, because I honestly believe you're just one product away from making a success out of selling on Amazon. And I've got loads of students and loads of people that have done exactly that. They found that one product using the criteria and the strategy that I'm going to show you today that can actually make them a huge amount of money. So today is really about finding that one product that's going to really springboard you to success, right? We're not about finding the loads of different products and each of them we're going to put together and we're going to sell 10 products and 20 products and they're each going to make us like $1,000 a month and we're going to be rich. I'd rather actually sell one product doing 20 grand a month. It makes way more sense to me, okay? And there's ways to do this, right? There's ways to do this, so I'm going to show you them today. I do have a competition for you all. So I've just started, this is a new series of YouTube videos where I'm going to put a lot more time into creating them. They're going to be a little bit longer. And also I'm going to do a competition on each one. I'm going to try and change up the competition each time to give you guys something different as well and give people, you know, a good chance of winning as well. So 1 out of every 100 people that comment. So if you comment on this video, you are putting yourself forward for this competition. You're going to get a very special prize bundle, to help you with your product research. So if you're looking to sell on Amazon, or if you are selling on Amazon and you're just looking for help with product research, then make sure you comment down below, and 1 out of every 100 people that comment, I am going to give you this very special bundle. And if you want to find out what that is, you have to stick around till the end of the video. I got you there. Stick around till the end to find out what that is, okay? And it's something, I haven't actually spoke about this ever before. If this is the first time watching this video, then you literally will have no idea what I'm talking about. I've not released this to anyone on my students or on YouTube or on Instagram or any social media. This is the first time people are seeing it, this special bundle. Every single viewer, okay, will get the chance to pick up an incredible deal at the end of this video. So every single person, if you're watching this at the end of the video, then you're gonna have a chance to pick up something incredible that, again, is gonna really help you with your product research. So I wanna help you guys as much as possible. So we've got an incredibly valuable video to go through, and at the end, if there's people that want to know a little bit more, they want a little bit more help, they want to kind of have a few more resources available to them, then I'm going to show you how you can get a ridiculous deal. So to enter is very simple. Just hit that like button, smash that like button, leave a comment with, just say something like, yes, I want some free stuff. It doesn't have to be much, or what you think about the video. If you think it's valuable, I'd love to know what you think about it. I've done previous videos like this in terms of like super valuable videos, and I always get comments on them saying they're like the most valuable videos on the internet, and this one is going to be no different. And of course, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you can, turn on post notifications, that little bell thingy with the little arrows around it, or the little brackets around it, just so when I upload a video, you're going to get notified of it straight away. I'm going to be doing these series of videos and giving out a huge amount of value over the next few weeks. Let me just turn that off. Okay, so today I'm going to share my unique product research strategy that has allowed myself and others to make 6-figure businesses with just one product. Okay, I've now gone to make 2 6-figure businesses with just one product. It'll be 2 products, 2 businesses. But many of my students have done exactly the same. So I'm going to share with you the real secrets, the real things that you have to know that just no one really talks about online. I don't really see this anywhere spoken about on YouTube, or on Facebook, on blogs, or on anywhere. I never see people talk about the things I'm going to share with you today. So yeah, this is going to be a wicked video. I want you to take notes, okay? This is going to be a valuable video, value-packed. Take notes on, like, write them down or whatever. Do what you have to do to kind of take notes on this. It's really important. I want you to implement the lessons I'm going to be teaching you. If at any time you want to get my personal support with selling on Amazon, go to jonny-bradley.com and enroll in my training program if you want to jump in and you want to know a lot more, okay? So today's agenda, we're going to go through the secret number 1, how to find a gap in the market that 99% of people will never ever find, okay? So we want to be that 1% of sellers where we just absolutely dominate, and we find a product and we find a gap in the market that everyone else has just been blinded to. They can't even see that it's there. I'm going to show you how to find it. The second thing, the second secret, I'm going to expose the best product research strategies for 2019. Currently, it is the 5th of January 2019. I'm getting in there quite quickly, and I'm going to expose some really, really good strategies for 2019, okay? Secret number 3 is how to work out your potential profitability within seconds. This is one of the things that people really struggle with, and trying to work out, is their product idea going to be potentially profitable, and doing all these calculations. So I'm going to give you a very, very quick and easy way to do this, literally within seconds, okay? So learning these 3 secrets, these 3 strategies today, you are going to save time, okay, and you're going to save money. That's the main thing I want to be able to do. Well, the other thing I want you to do is make money as well, but I really want to be able to save you time and save you money, okay? So let's go through, let's jump into it straight away. Secret number 1, how to find the gap in the market that 99% of people will never, ever, ever find, okay? There are 2 strategies that you must implement to find this gap in the market, okay? The first one is customer empathy, and the second one is the complete solution. You might be thinking, the hell are they? All right, customer empathy, and this is really about finding out why, right? You want to find the why of why the customer is buying the product. What are they buying the product for? Are they getting away from pain or towards pleasure? So you need to ask yourself these questions. What I would suggest doing is write these questions down, and similar sorts of questions. So when you find a product, answer these questions to yourself and write down the answers. Think, what are they buying the product for? Are they getting away from pain or towards pleasure? And what I mean by this is that most people buy products for literally these 1 of 2 reasons. They're either getting away from pain or towards pleasure. So let's think about an ab roller, okay? Something that you use to get better abs, okay? Now, you've got to if you're looking to sell an ab roller, you have to think, okay, what are they buying the product for? Well, they're buying the product because they want to probably have stronger abs, right? But are they trying to get away from pain or towards pleasure? So are they trying to get away from the pain of not having abs, right? And not having a good physique? Or are they trying to get towards the pleasure of having a good physique? So it's like the same side, or the different sides of the same coin. So you really need to think about that, because that's going to help with the next part, which is finding your solution, the complete solution. So you need to understand, you need to have empathy with the customer, right? Find out why they're buying this. What are they trying to achieve by buying the product? Okay, you need to know the end result. Even if this product isn't going to get you the full way, what is the end result that they want to achieve? Okay, so if, yes, it's an ab roller and they want to have good abs, do they only want to have good abs and have really weak arms and weak legs? So what is the end result that this customer is trying to achieve? And really, again, write down and brainstorm anything potential that this could be. Okay, you want to understand the customer. The reason this is the first thing we're talking about is because it's one of the most important. If you understand why the customer wants what they want, then you can provide them with what they want and make money. It's very, very simple. Someone needs something, you provide it, it makes sense for everyone, it's a win-win, and you make a business, okay? First thing you need to do, write down these things, find out the why of your customer. You need to have empathy with your customer, okay? The next thing is the complete solution. Now, this is something that I learned way back when I used to work for Apple. I worked for Apple for about 5 years, and I was a sales trainer and a whole bunch of stuff when I was there. And one of their kind of ethos is, they call it their credo, is providing the complete solution to the customer. And this really was, I've never really seen this properly before, but when they did it, it was a case of not just what the product can buy, what the customer can buy, but it's really finding out what the customer wants and provide them with the complete solution, everything they could possibly need that helps them achieve their goal, even if they don't want all of it, okay? You just offer it to them. And not, a lot of the time people take more than they think they're going to take. So to solve customers' why, right, we've already figured out why they want to buy the product. What do they need? So this might be a whole bunch of stuff. Like, you might have this ab roller and you might think, okay, well, they want to do press-ups as well. So I'm going to put some press-up bars in there. I'm also going to put a training guide in there, or a video training guide for, losing weight or building muscle. Or I'm going to throw in a voucher for, see if I can get a 5% off voucher for Fitness First. Or, anything. What can you add into that product so that the customers can achieve their why, right? So they can achieve what they're trying to get towards, or what they're trying to get away from. What do they need? Really think outside the box here and think of as many things as you can possibly think of, okay? What do customers need that they are not getting from other sellers? So this is really about finding the opportunity within the Amazon marketplace, okay? So when we're looking at the Amazon sales results, I'm gonna give you an example in a second, and I'll share my screen and show you. If you found like, okay, this is the complete solution for the customer, this is all the things that they need, right, to achieve their goal, none of the sellers are actually offering it. So there's a gap in the market right there. If none of the other sellers are offering the complete solution, you have a gap in the market, right? And that is where you can find the opportunity. This third thing is, how can you provide a better opportunity to your customers? So what I mean by this is, rather than, say for example, you have an ab roller and there's one that's a cheap material and one that's an expensive material, okay, that's not a better opportunity, that's a improvement, okay? So it's a better improvement to the product. And ultimately, it's not really gonna take the world by storm, it's not really gonna dominate your sales, right? You're not gonna be able to dominate your sales just because you have a better quality product. However, if you have a better quality product with all these extras and all these things that customers are not getting from other sellers, that's how you dominate, right? That's how you dominate. So it's a combination of these things, and understanding them, understanding the why, really lets you just blow your competition out the water, because most people, 99% of people, are not going to go through this strategy, okay? And they're not going to understand this. So if you do it and you really think critically, that's why I believe critical thinking is one of the competencies that you really need as an entrepreneur, is to really think outside the box and think about, like logically, what is the best scenario? What is a scenario that could work? So there we go. To solve customers' why, what do they need? The complete solution. What do customers need that they are not getting from other sellers? And how can you provide a better opportunity to your customers rather than an improvement? You want to provide a better opportunity. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Let's give you an example, okay? Oh, a sports water bottle. Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea this was in the slides. Oh well. Okay, so I went through this exact process. I want to show you how I did this. Maybe not how I did it, because it'll take too long. But I want to show you the thought process, right? So I'm thinking, I want to sell water bottles, right? And I'm like, okay, damn, like this is pretty competitive. This is going to be really hard. I'm probably not going to do it. I then started writing down all the things that I thought the customers, were trying to get towards and away from. So I wrote down things like looking to drink more water, right? Obviously, water bottle, you want to drink more water, right? May have dehydration headaches. I was thinking to myself, okay, when I want to drink more water, why am I wanting to drink more water? And most of the time it's because I'm dehydrated, right? I've got a headache and I'm like, oh, I've got to drink more water, and it takes ages to get over it. Or it might be clear skin, okay? You want to have clearer skin. They're forgetting to hydrate. That's definitely a case with me beforehand, is I was just forgetting to drink enough. I'd be like working away, or I'd be doing something else, and you'd be like, oh man, I haven't drunk all day. So people are forgetting to hydrate. Lethargic because they don't drink enough, okay? Just like can't do things. Have an active lifestyle. So this is slightly different, right? A slightly different way of thinking about it. Have an active lifestyle and need to stay hydrated. So they know that they need to stay hydrated, and they most of the time are, but need that little push, right? They just want to get a bottle that's a little bit bigger, that holds more water. They don't want to have a cheap bottle, okay? A lot of people don't want to buy cheap and buy twice. Want a BPA-free plastic sports water bottle. BPA-free, everyone wants to have that. Most of them are not BPA-free. You want a sports bottle that you can infuse with fruit. Not everyone likes the taste of water. So, hey, well, can you have a fruit-infused one? So you can put some lemon and some ginger and stuff like that, I don't know. Or do you want a high quality water bottle? Okay, something that's high quality and durable. So these are the things I was thinking about, and I kept writing these down. And what I would like you to do is, if you haven't already, I have a book called, it's not my book, obviously, it's just down here. There's a book called The Business Idea Factory. I hope you can see this. And it's a really, really great book. It's quite a thin book, and it just talks about interacting with your super fast subconscious brain, so you can really come up with ideas. And one of the things here is that, if you want to come up with a business name or a business idea, you write down 100 ideas. No matter how hard and ridiculous they are, come up with 100. 5 of them will probably be good. 1 of them will be amazing. So when you're coming up with why your customers are buying the product, or they want to buy the product, just keep writing ideas down. Just keep going and keep going and keep going until your brain is just like frazzled with with information. You're like, oh my god, you've come up with so much stuff. And then overnight, as you're dreaming, you're thinking about it, you'll probably come up with more ideas that you had no idea about. So you want to engage your super fast brain to just think about all these things that your customers need. Okay, so then, right, you have empathy with your customers. You understand what your customers want. Now, if you can't be empathetic with them, you need to ask customers. You need to ask people that want to buy this sort of product. So I got something on my lip there. How weird. Hope you like it. So an example is, would you know, hydrofuel. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel before, you've never watched my videos, this is one of the private label products I have on Amazon. You can go and check it out. You can go and buy it if you'd like. Please buy it. That helps me out. I'll probably put a link in the description if you know. Yeah, I'll do that. So the complete solution for me, right, when I was thinking about this, like way back when, is a high quality sports water bottle. I don't want to buy something that's cheap, right? I hate buying stuff twice. I really want to make sure I buy something and it lasts. So I was like, okay, cool. Other people must be like that. And I know people are like that. People like having something that's high quality. I wanted 1,000 milliliter capacity because I know people, I see them all the time. When I used to work in a call center, getting up, going, fill up their like 500 milliliter tiny plastic bottle of water and just doing it like 20,000 times a day. I know not everyone wants to do this. So you want a big bottle. You want something that can hold a lot. It wants to be BPA free, right? It wants to be toxin free because everyone is a bit more conscious nowadays about kind of what things are made out of. It needs to be durable, okay? It needs to come with a fruit infuser, and also with a fruit infuser, it needs to come with a recipe guide on how to actually make fruit infused water and make really tasty ones, okay? And then it has a hydration reminder app. I wanted to teach people and change people's hydration habits because we know that people are getting dehydration headaches, they want to clear up their skin, they're forgetting to hydrate, forgetting to drink enough. How can we fix that problem? Well, we can do that with a reminder application, reminding people to drink more water. A leak-proof lid, so it's durable, you don't want to leak in your bag. A locking lid, again, you don't want it to leak. A carry strap for people at the gym and people that maybe don't want to, want to go running and they want to have it on their wrist. And then a high quality box and a brand because people love buying brands. People love buying something that looks nice. So I wrote down everything, and there was more things that I wrote down. This isn't all of them, okay? And I wrote down everything. I was like, okay, that is the complete solution. How can I actually do this, right? How is this even possible? So I found the products, right? I made the application, had the high quality box and brand, and was able to compete in a very competitive market. And I'm not a bestseller in the market by a long way because I'm one of the highest prices, but I'm able to compete with people that sell the exact same product. Exactly the same bottle, right? Exactly the same, but I'm able to charge £3 or £4 more per unit. Okay, just because I've given the customers the complete solution. So when people go on Amazon and they look for a sports water bottle, they look at some of the ones and they're like, okay, that's nice. They look at mine, they're like, ooh, that's different. That's a new opportunity. It's not an improvement, right? I'm not improving on the other people that also have good bottles, right? But I'm offering them a new opportunity. And that's how you compete, right? That's how you find an opportunity that 99% of people will never, ever, ever find. And you want to be that 1%, right? Because if you really want to dominate, then you need to find something that customers really want. You need to provide them with a new opportunity, okay? So remember, the two strategies you must implement, right? Implement. Customer empathy, right? You need to understand your customers. The complete solution, you need to provide them with everything they could possibly need, okay? And that's secret 1. Secret 2, exposing the best product research strategies of 2019. Oh yes, let's get into it. There are many research techniques, okay? And what you're gonna learn today is, it doesn't really matter which one you use, okay? I am gonna show you 3 that I believe are some of the best, but before we look at them, we need to understand what we're looking for. It's just no point doing a product research when you really don't know what you're looking for, okay? And I see a lot of people go through this process, not understanding the criteria. The criteria is more important than the method, okay? If you understand what you're looking for, then the method is so easy, okay? And I like music, I'm a musician, I don't really make music anymore, but I used to be. And someone said to me once, this is when I was studying, and there was a songwriter, and they taught us about songwriting. And they said, if you write the choruses, the verses write themselves. And this is sort of like this, right? If you understand the criteria, the method just doesn't matter, right? It happens. If you write the chorus, the verses write themselves. So we need to look at these 4 things. Sales velocity, these are the things I think are most important. Sales velocity, okay? gap in the market, relative competition, size and weight. Now sales velocity, I'm going to actually show you. Gap in the market, then that would be the secret one. So okay, so we're not going to go through that now in full detail, but that would be finding the gap in the market. That would be that thing that we just looked at, right? Okay, the finding the 1% of 99% of people will never find. Relative competition, I'm going to show you, and size and weight, I'm going to show you as well. Okay, so let's have a screen share-y magoo. All right, here we are. Here we are. I had to pause that for a second because I made a mistake. There we are. Look at that. Ooh, hydrofuel. Damn it. Look at that. Looks at the 3rd of January. That was 2 days ago. 1 day ago. 1 day ago. 2 days ago. Right, so let's pick out a product. We are going to pick out a product. Or let's use ab roller. We've been using it today, so it makes sense to use it. Okay, so here we've got some ab rollers. Very, very lovely. Very good. Okay, so what we want to first do is find out if there's sales velocity. And what I mean by this is, are customers buying the damn thing, right? There's no point selling a product that no one is buying, right? There has to be velocity, sales in the market. Now to do that, we need to make sure we have the most common keyword. So is ab roller the most common keyword? And ultimately, I don't know if it is, or it might be ab wheel. So you have to go through a few iterations of the keyword to find out which is going to be the best for you, okay? Now I have Jungle Scout. If you don't have Jungle Scout, then I would highly recommend getting it. I believe it to be the most accurate. Of course, it's not completely accurate, but for me, it's the best. So let's have a look. So we've got all the products here. It's pulled out all the details of the product, the sellers, the price, the category, the rank, and the monthly sales, right? And the daily sales, the revenue and the reviews. So this gives us a lot of information of data that we can look at. Now, currently at the moment, there's about 170 on the first page of results, about an average of 170 sales a month. So for me personally, I would say that's not enough. I would say that's too low, okay? Because if you're only making 170 sales a month, right? So let's find someone doing around 170. That's kind of going to be one of the nearest, anywhere between these two. They're only making like £3,000 a month, and that's, for me personally, that's really not enough to be able to make a good go at it. Okay. However, there is someone that has put in here $19.99. Let's see what they're selling. So they're selling some sort of bundle, but it's not quite the same thing. It's $24.99 here. So that's actually something completely different. But again, they're selling only 121 units, but making £3 grand. So there's opportunities there to, actually sell at different price points. Okay. So when we look at sales velocity, I would say personally, this is not enough sales for you to be able to enter the market and make a good go of it. Because what if you're this person down here, right? You're this person and you're making 101 sales a month, and you're making £776, right? Let's just underestimate that, because sometimes Jungle Scout does underestimate the numbers, and they're making 1,000 or 1,500. It's still not very much, okay? So I'd go away from that. That's when you go, okay, sales velocity, not there. So we need to find something with more sales velocity. And you can do this in a variety of ways, which I'm going to show you in a minute, to find things that have high sales velocity, okay? Like we can use Jungle Scout web app, right? So there's Jungle Scout here, okay? We can log in. I'm not going to log in because show you my information. We have the web app, right? I have loads of tutorials on this, and this you can just plug in. I want to find products to sell over 600 units a month or over 300 units a month, and at a price between, £10.50 and £14.97, and you can go and find those things, right? So first thing is we need sales velocity, okay? The next thing we need is a gap in the market. Let's assume that ab roller has incredible sales. The sales for this first page, they go for days, and a lot of people are making a lot of money. Okay, let's just assume that's the case, because otherwise it will take me a while to actually show you one. Okay, so what we then want to do is we want to find a gap in the market. Now, like I said earlier, you need to understand the customer. So once you understand the customer, you understand the complete solution, you think, okay, are any of these people offering the complete solution? Like, these people are certainly not offering the complete solution, okay? We're getting a little bit, we've got colors here, we've got something else, okay, that's just a box. It looks like just a product. And you notice that I'm only looking at the pictures, okay? The first picture, this is why the first picture is so important, because you get an idea about what is included in the product offering. Now, these people here, ASM Fitness Box, right? No idea who these people are. They've got a nice branded box. They've got some push-up disc things. They've got the ab roller, a mat for your knee, and a skipping rope. Okay, skipping rope I think is a bit of a wild card, but okay, we'll run with it. That is more of a complete solution than these guys here. Okay, and look at the price. Obviously, they have to charge more for it, but it's offering the customer a better solution. Anyone else doing anything similar? Okay, these people here. Okay, so this might be, and it looks like a new seller. Okay, they've got 3 reviews. They've got some little disc thingies. It looks like they've got a mat, the ab roller, skipping rope, and some resistance bands. So they're thinking, okay, I'm going to one up you. I'm going to create an even better solution. So what you need to do is, once you've understood the customer and you really understand what they want, are other people offering the same solution? If they are, then you shouldn't really be offering the same solution, because you're just going to be in direct competition with that seller. And ultimately, we want to actually stand out from other people rather than kind of blend in with them. So that is finding the opportunity gap in the market, okay? The next thing we have is relative competition. So what we do is we open up the Jungle Scout Chrome extension and we can quickly see the amount of reviews that people have, okay? So we can see the top seller's got 447 reviews, and there's one other seller with about 400 reviews, one with about 130, one with 140. Not really that many. I would say that's a low competition, okay? So you know that you could launch a product and you could get 10 reviews and you've got more than a couple of these people on this first page, okay? If you're able to really push it and you're able to get a lot of reviews, then you can of course get a lot more. I think the hydrofuel bottle has been out for about 2 months now, okay? So let's find out how many reviews we've got. So I've got 63 reviews. I had to put my price down. So we've got 63 reviews, okay, and that's only in, I think it's like 2 months or maybe 1.5 months we've done that, okay? So you can get, a lot of reviews. You just have to really put effort into it. So you need to find out the amount of reviews, like the potential amount of reviews that you can actually kind of get, like be realistic, and if you can start to compete in that market. So the one I just showed you with the ab roller, that's a very low competition market, and the reason why it's maybe quite low is because actually there's not as many sales. If these people were all making double the amount of sales, these would probably be a bit higher. But you need to look for the opportunity. So if, for example, these guys here, now I haven't got the sponsored listings up, but if these guys, right, they've got 201 reviews and you were going to do the exact same thing, then you're competing with them with 201 reviews. That's harder competition. If, however, you have an awesome product, right, you have a big bundle and you're competing with these guys here that don't have the complete solution, they've got 79 reviews, it's kind of like you're not looking at as much because they're different opportunities for the customers. Those amount of reviews aren't as important as your direct competition. Okay, hopefully this is making sense. You really need to be critical and look strategically at the competition rather than just go, oh, there's quite a few reviews, I can't go for that product. Okay, it's kind of like thinking outside the box. The next thing is size and weight. Okay, so size and weight is really important because to send a product into Amazon and to have them fulfill it, they charge you money. Okay, the FBA charges you an FBA fee and a selling fee. Okay, so we're thinking about the FBA fee right now. We want things that would be classed as like a standard size FBA or even a small and light. Okay, but as soon as you get to oversized items, they actually can get quite expensive to fulfill. So we're thinking if we look at something like a yoga mat, which are quite big, they're over the standard size for fulfillment, so you'd be paying more for your FBA fee. So ideally we want something that is quite small and light. So what we can do is we can actually, I think even Jungle Scout do have this on their bigger Chrome extension, but what we can do is we can click on one of these. Okay, I'm not going to click on a sponsored ad because that would be very mean, and we should be able to find the dimensions. Okay, item weight, shipping weight, they haven't actually put the dimensions in, which is quite, there we go. So dimensions, wheel weight, wheel diameter 15 centimeters. Okay, they've given all the information. It's quite a basic listing, to be honest. I wonder if we have other ones which have box dimensions. Let's go with this one here. Let's have a little look. They also have not put in any dimensions. Box dimensions, there we go, 6 centimeters by 26 by 22, and that class is a standard size. Okay, to find out the sizing requirements, just type into Google like FBA sizing requirements or whatever, right? You'll be able to find it really easily. It's a customer facing website. Okay, so now you know, okay, that's a good size, right? I know I'll be able to ship that, it'll be standard size, and you can get your prices for that. So you want to make sure it's small and light for those reasons. You also want to make sure, a really quick way to do this, if I find something like oh, what can I find? I can't think of the top of my head, right? But if you open up the Jungle Scout Chrome extension and you see a lot of these are FBM, if you can see that on the right hand side, and that stands for Fulfilled by Merchant. If you see a lot of them fulfilled by merchant, it normally means that they're a big item, okay? It might not, right? It might mean that they're not allowed in fulfillment centers. They might be dangerous, but most of the time it's because they're big products. And I bet these ones here are those big things. I don't know what they're called, but the big ab thingamajiggies. So that isn't, which is interesting. So that's the that's an actually exercise wheel. So if I got this wrong, it'll be quite annoying. Okay. But interestingly, they are both the same seller, okay? So I was wrong on that one, they are both the same seller. But normally you would find that the bigger items are FBM. So if you see these and you see lots of FBM sellers, you would want to actually look into the size and weight, just to see, if it's going to be a little bit more expensive for your FBA fees. And the reason they do it by FBM is because they can actually just get cheaper fulfillment by themselves. Okay, so those are those things. Let's snip back to here. So let's just recap those things. The recap for those is you want sales velocity. You need to actually find things that sell a lot, right? You want to make sure that there's sales velocity within that first page of listings, within the second page, because ultimately it's much easier to take a small percentage of the pie, right? When there's loads of sales going on, when people are going on Amazon like crazy searching for these products, right? And you just want to be like, okay, I'll put my product there. It'll be better than other people's products. People are going to buy it. You want to find that gap in the market. You want to have empathy with your customers. You want to provide them with a complete solution so that you can find the gap in the market and you can take advantage of it. You need to find relative competition. So you need to analyze the competition and not just look at face value and go, it's too much competition, whatever, right? Size and weight, you need to double check those things because you want to make sure it is the right size and weight before you actually start looking into it, a lot further. You don't want it to get to Amazon's warehouse and realize, oh, it's an oversized product. I didn't account for this in my profit margin. Okay, so the top 3 product research techniques. Okay, let's go through these, and we're going to go through a little reason why people fail, I believe. Okay, so the top 3 product research techniques that I personally believe are really, really good right now is, first of all, using Jungle Scout. Okay, Jungle Scout is a fantastic resource, and yes, of course, pinch of salt. Sometimes the estimates are a little bit off, and that's fine. But you can use other things like 999 cart tracking, and I've got loads of videos about this, and to find out the actual sales. But using Jungle Scout, the web app and the Chrome extension, they're still a really good way to do product research. Now, a lot of people will probably disagree with me these days and say, oh, everyone's looking at them. They're all looking at the same criteria. And whilst that's probably true, a lot of people are looking at the same criteria, they're not doing the thing that we talked about first, which is finding the opportunity. They are the 99% of people that are just blind to it. I want you to be the 1% of people that can find those products, okay? So even though people are looking for it, you just have to just think critically and really think outside the box. So you can use Jungle Scout, absolutely. I still believe it's one of the best methods that you can use, okay? I'd be lost without it, okay? The second thing is using supplier catalogs, okay, and using maybe existing suppliers. So, 2 ways to think about this. You can either go onto Alibaba and you can start looking at the hot products, right? You can go in and you can look at the best-selling products, or you can just start with any product and approach the suppliers and say, hey, can you send me a product catalog? Just literally say, can you send me a product catalog and send me your best sellers? What's selling best at the moment? And ask them, because ultimately the supplier wants to make more money. They want to sell more units. So they're going to tell you what's selling best. And quite often my suppliers will say, hey Johnny, just to let you know, these are going to start popping soon. They're going to be doing quite well. You might want to start selling them or look into it. So supply catalogs are really good. So that's one way to do it if you've never done any business with them before. The second way to do it is if you have an existing business, Amazon FBA business, you're selling a product, then every now and again just ask to see your supplier's catalog and say, do you have anything new coming in? Do you have any new designs coming up? Because they're always looking to innovate. They're always looking to make as much money as they can and supply more units to more people, to more customers. So just ask them every now and again, do you have anything on the horizon that maybe we can talk about? Any products that are doing really well? Just ask that question with your existing supply, because they know a lot about what's going on in terms of sales, because they will service pretty much the whole world. The third thing is following a passion. Okay, following a passion is something that you of course can do, but you want to make sure that you're not neglecting the criteria. A lot of people will try and follow a passion but completely neglect the criteria of a good product. So in fact, they sell something they really love to sell, but it doesn't make them any money. Right? So following a passion is very, very important, but you need to make sure with all of these that you're following the criteria, which is why the criteria is far more important than the method. There are many other product research techniques, but if you don't understand the criteria, you're pretty much not going to find a product, okay? This is why people will get stuck. So I have a huge amount of people, obviously there's thousands of people, we've nearly at 30,000 subscribers, so thank you everyone for subscribing and watching me talk rubbish for hours on end, but there's only a few reasons why people get stuck, and it's the same stuff every single time, okay? And I've talked about this before, but people only look at the numbers, okay? Product research isn't about numbers, right? Numbers are a tool that we use to analyze, okay? They're a tool we use to analyze and find opportunity within sales, okay, and within the competition. But if you only look at the numbers, then you're not getting the full information. It's like the iceberg, right? The numbers are the tip of the iceberg, and the opportunity and empathizing with the customer, providing the complete solution is the bulk of the iceberg underneath the water. Okay, the numbers are just the tip of the iceberg that let you see the iceberg. Second one is they just stick to rigid criteria. So I'm only looking at things that sell 350 units a month with under 40 reviews and under a certain weight. I'm going to be very rigid to that, and I will not deviate from that rigidity. Okay, a lot of people do that, saying, well, I've tried to find products that meet this criteria, and like, well, have you looked for any others? And like, no. Okay, well, just go wild. Just find products, right? Just find products anywhere you can. And remember, the rigid criteria is you don't have a rigid. There is no Goldilocks zone, right? There's no one. Or if they sell 200 units a month, you're going to be successful. If you sell 600, it's going to be great. If it sells 1,000, it's going to be incredible. You need to just, again, pinch of salt, right, guys? Pinch of salt. You need to be able to be flexible with this and just look for the opportunity rather than only looking at a very, very small portion of results. 3, they do not have customer empathy. Unfortunately, I do see this, okay, where people just are just oblivious to what a customer could possibly want. And I don't understand sometimes how this is possible, because I'm like, would you buy the product? And they're like, no. Why would anyone else buy it? And having customer empathy is so important. You need to make sure that you understand the customer, and that should be one of the first filters that you use when you're trying to do your product. Is this going to be useful for the customer? Is the customer going to like it? Are they going to love it? Are they going to tell their friends and family about the new thing that they just bought? If you can get a customer to tell their friends and family and be a promoter of your brand for you, you will have a successful business. Okay? If someone buys a product and it's not very good, and over dinner they're talking about this thing that they bought that broke and is just rubbish, do you think anyone's going to buy it? None of their friends or family are going to buy it because they've just had a bad review, verbally. So you want to make sure you have customer empathy, you provide the customers with what they want, and over it, maybe even more than they want, so that they sing from the rooftops about your product, okay? The fourth is they can't imagine the complete solution, okay? And this goes back to this book, The Business Idea Factory. Okay, you just can't think about what someone could possibly want or could possibly need. So you really need to be able to think outside the box. I would highly suggest buying that book. And again, it's not a very long book. It'll be like £7 off Amazon or something like that. It's not very big. Probably get it in ebook format. And a lot of people just can't think about what the complete solution is. They can't think, well, what would a customer need? What would they want? The reason being is that they haven't had the customer empathy. They haven't looked into what the customer needs, what they want, what they're trying to get away from, what they're trying to get towards. Okay, so those are the 4 reasons why people get stuck. As long as you don't do these things, you should probably be able to find quite a few products, and you'll probably be quite successful at it. But you've got to make sure you don't get stuck with these things like so many people do, right? And this is what this boils down to, right? Knowing what you're looking for is more important than knowing how to find it, right? Knowing what you're looking for is more important than knowing how to find it. Because you could have the best product research method in the world. It's like the best thing ever. But if you don't know what you're looking for, it doesn't make a blind bit of difference, right? It doesn't matter. If you know what you're looking for, the opportunities pop up all the time. And as soon as you understand that, then finding out which is the best product research method of 2019 doesn't actually matter. It's quite ironic why it's in this video, okay? But that's the point, right? That's the point of this particular secret, is that the secret is knowing, what is more important than how. For product research, what you're looking for is a lot more important than how to find it. So secret 3, hope you enjoyed that one. Secret 3 is how to work out potential profitability within seconds, microseconds, not microseconds, within a very, very short space of time. So why am I putting this in here? Okay, before I told you that I'm going to save you time, right? At the very beginning of this video, I want to save you some time. This is going to save you a lot of time. When I started, finding out profitability is just confusing, okay? Because you're like, okay, we've got to add on customs duty and VAT and the shipping charges and then the FBA fee and the selling fee and the this, that, and the other, and there's a whole bunch of costs that just kind of go into it. And working it out is like a big string, it's like a big formula. And it can be confusing, especially if you're a bit naff at maths. So what I did is I solved this problem for you guys. I solved this problem. And when I'm thinking about the complete solution, I got your back, right? I know you guys need this because I certainly needed it, so I made it. And I was like, okay, people could probably use this. So I've created the Profit Calc Pro. All right, so we need some sherry screenery. Let's go to numbers. Okay, so this is Profit Calc Pro. You may be thinking, whoa, that is looking sick. And yeah, it is. But it's a very simple table. But on the back end, there is bits happening, I assure you, okay? So I've created this, and the reason I created this is like I said, because it's really complicated. So I was like, okay, I need a plug and play system where I can just look at the price of the product. I can look at all the data that can change, and then it's going to spit out everything I need to know, right? So on the left-hand side, I've got all the details that you enter: customs, duty, VAT, the USD to pounds conversion, very, very important. The unit cost, EXW unit cost, so no shipping, no nothing. Number of units that you're going to order, the amount of shipping that it costs, the selling price on Amazon, the selling on Amazon fee, FBA fee, a target ACOS, average cost of sale, and the estimated money. I'm going to go through this in a second, okay? And it's going to spit out all the answers, like the total unit cost to get your product to the Amazon warehouse, okay? And that's, so the cost of the product plus all the shipping and the charges, okay? The total Amazon fees per unit, so how much an Amazon can actually charge you to sell the product. The total cost of goods sold, right? So it's these two put together. That's how much the product actually costs you. And of course, then you can work out your profit margin. PP spend per unit based off of your ACOS that you enter here. Just so if you want to know your import, VAT per unit, and your customs duty per unit, you might want to know that. Total cost of your shipment. And then at the very end, the profit per unit on a monthly and unit basis, okay, not including PPC. And then we have it including PPC, okay? So you're including a percentage there. So you can work out very quickly if something is potential to have profitability, and you can edit things like your PPC and your unit cost and stuff like that and even number of units on monthly sales, right? You can edit this stuff so easily. So how do you do it? I'm gonna give you a little walkthrough right now. Okay, so we've got here. So the first thing we want to do is look up trade tariffs. So go to gov.uk/trade tariff. You can go through and you can find things. You go down here, you think, okay, mine's textile and it's wool or fine cotton. And you just use a process of elimination to find out what your product is, okay? So you can see here that this particular thing, whatever I've chosen, has, which is pretty cool. So there's a 0% duty, awesome, and VAT rate, standard rate is 20%, and you have the commodity code, right? It's a bit more rare to have that. Most things around 5-6%. So you put that into your spreadsheet. You also then get your currency converter, how much is a dollar worth in pounds. Using Alibaba.com, you can find your unit price, your shipping prices. On Amazon, you can find the price of the product. On FBA calculator, you actually find the cost of the FBA fee and the selling price on Amazon. I'm not going to go through all of this, it'll take a bit longer to go through all of this. And then, of course, you can use Jungle Scout to estimate the sales. So once you've got all that information, okay, let's go back to it. You enter it in here. So let's say it was 6.5%, or in that case, it was 0%, right? 20% VAT. The pounds to USD conversion, let's say it's 0.789, or let's say it's changed and it's 0.79. The unit cost we can enter in, or it's going to be it's wool, so it's probably going to be quite cheap. So I'm going to say it's 40 cents per unit. Number of units we're going to have 600. Shipping total, who knows? It's probably going to be quite cheap. Let's leave it there. Selling price on Amazon, we'll probably let's just guesstimate that, and it's £11. And then in the selling on Amazon fee, we can get. I actually shouldn't have changed these, but we'd have to go back and get that. We'll guesstimate it again in a second. Selling Amazon fee is probably going to be 11%. Let's just say it's going to be about £1, 20. I don't know what it is. FBA fee. Let's just say it's £2. Okay, cool. So now we can see all the data is just changed, and it's just basically spat out all the information that you need to know about the product. And it's going to tell you a potential profit margin. So like potential profit margin, not including PPC, per month would be £3,000. With 15% spent on advertising, it would be 2,230. If we change that to 25%, of course, this figure is going to change at the end. So you can start to play around with the numbers and just see what works well for you. What I've done is I've actually created some training for this, which I'll show you in a second. This is a really, really quick way where you can find out how much profit, much profit you potentially could make per unit. And as we change things like this, everything, if you look on the right hand side, everything will then change, okay? 5%, if we change that to 10%, you can see it's changing just ever so slightly. And this really makes a difference. If you get these right at the beginning, it really helps you make an informed decision if the product's even worth looking into. So that's Profit Calc Pro, okay? And of course you can go and work these things out yourself, but I'm going to give you a very quick way in a few minutes just how you can actually get your hands on that, okay? So the first secret was how to find the gap in the market that 99% of people will never ever find, okay? The second thing was exposing the best products research strategies of 2019, which actually is the criteria, right? If you know the criteria, you know how to find the criteria, everything else becomes easy. And secret number 3 is actually working out potential profitability within seconds, so you have to waste your time doing it yourself, okay? So the competition, right? Hopefully you have enjoyed that. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed this so far, smash the thumbs up button, right? Make sure you leave a comment to put yourself forward for the competition that's happening in a second. And hopefully you found value out of that video, okay? So the competition, 1 out of every 100 commenters, I'm going to get a very special prize bundle. So I've created 2 awesome things, the Profit Calc Pro, okay, which comes with training and it comes with numbers, with Excel. So it comes with some very specific training on how to use it and how to get all the things you need. And then on the right hand side, we've got supplier scripts. So you guys probably don't know about this, but I have just made my supplier scripts and I've made some 3 awesome scripts and trainings to go, like exclusive trainings to go along with it, where I really go in depth with how to get the most out of your suppliers and the most out of your negotiation. So it's super, super valuable. So basically 1 out of every 100 commenters, I'm going to give away these 2 things to you, which will be really useful and really helpful when you're finding your product, but also sourcing your product from your manufacturer as well, so you can get the best deal. Because ultimately, I want you to get the best deal so that you can make the most money. So 1 out of every 100 people I am going to give that to. Just make sure you comment down below that you want some free stuff or you liked the video, you thought it was informative, and then every now and again I'll pop on the video, see how many people have commented, and then I will obviously choose someone at random to be able to win those things, which is nice and easy. It will be done via email. You're enrolled via email, okay? So if you don't want to wait, then you can get the Profit Calc Pro for 70% off. It's super, super cheap. It's just a kind of very, very cheap price because put a lot of time into it and it's got some training with it as well. So if you want to get that, just use the coupon PCP70, and that'll just get you 70% off, and you can go ahead and get that from jonny-bradley.com/Profit Calc Pro. I'll link that down below if you want to kind of grab that and make use of it. And that has been Amazon FBA UK, the most valuable Amazon FBA product research video tutorial ever, because this is the one that's really going to help you succeed, right? If you really implement the particular things, I think the most important one was the first one, right? If you really if you really use that first secret, then your whole strategy is going to change overnight. It's going to be really good for you. If you had liked this video, guys, I want you to smash the thumbs up button. I want to make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on. I will be doing a series of videos like this, a little bit longer, that go in a little bit more depth with some of the topics. The next one we're going to be doing is about sourcing. It's going to be about getting the right price for your product. It's going to be about finding the right suppliers and getting it shipped to the UK. Okay, so we're going to go in depth with some of those topics. So make sure you are subscribed with those notifications turned on so you get notified when that video goes live, which will also have a competition on it as well. So I'm going to be giving away a whole bunch of stuff this year. So yeah, it's going to be really, really fun. As always, guys, if you want to know more information, if you want your hand held through the entire process, go to jonny-bradley.com and you'll be able to enroll in the full Amazon FBA UK course bundle or just the course itself. So just hit that link if you want to get my personal support, over 100 videos, more than 100 videos, and more adding to them every single day. Then just hit that link and sign up, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the students group. For now, I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.